Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to be doing today as soon as we get a mic check in here and a chat check in. Let me just get that going, and then I'll talk about what we're doing today. All right, I have confirmation. So, I've been having computer problems, which is why I haven't been streaming. So hopefully no blue screens of death today. Crossing my fingers. Plus I've been busy and I'm pretty much just squeezing Diablo 4 in between work and my other projects. But we're almost level 100, so I thought I'd do something special and finish this last little bit, hit 100 live on stream. Now, I've been incredibly unlucky where I've not been able to upgrade almost any of my gear other than my rings. I still want to upgrade my amulet. I basically want the same amulet with a better mana cost reduction roll. And then instead of movement speed, I either want defensive skills or a good passive, or I want +3 mastery skills. My helm, I want, instead of this basic skill attack speed, I want mana. And then on boots, we're going to switch into rare boots. And we want movement speed, mana cost reduction, and then I want teleport and frost nova, but I can't really get that, so I'll settle for just teleport with damage reduction while injured if I can ever hit this thing, but the gambles are way, way up. I can't turn up the volume anymore for some reason, though. I'm at like max on everything. I could go closer. But yeah, I have this problem on Discord sometimes. Should be going to 100. I can't really mess with my filters though. So I guess it is what it is here. It's at like minus 15 dB, but it's set up that if I shout a little bit, it'll do stuff. So anyways, we're focusing on reduced mana. I replace my offhand, and we have reduced mana here, reduced mana and cooldown here. And then we're trying to get more reduced mana on the boots. And yeah. Yep. So basically we cast lots of ball lightning, we go around and we have more and more of them. If I finish my mana reduction, it'll push my ball lightning all the way down to 31. And then we are getting mana when we stun from our Paragon board all the way over here. 10 mana for each one we stun, but that seems to be multiplied by my 2 rings, so I actually get 13 per enemy that I stun. Then we are dropping guaranteed, or just about guaranteed, on Ball Lightning. If it hits 4 times, it drops Crackling Energy. That gives 12, and then we're actually getting extra Crackling Energy from this thing. And then that also seems to get multiplied, so we're getting something like 15, 17 from that. And between those, we just have very close to infinite mana all the time. Eventually, I'll remove Arc Lash, probably for Blizzard, and we'll just have Ball Lightning. So that's where we're going with the build, and I figured we'll kick it off with some PvP. So let me turn on some musics in the background. And it's kind of soft, but I'm soft, so I think we're okay with how soft that is. All right, and let's get to it. So I'm going to go ahead here and actually let me raise my mic up a little bit because I'm not bumping all the time. Hopefully you can still hear me with the music. Rotate. Hold on. Technical difficulties here. Gotta love the stream. All right, there we go. There we go. Let me get chat back on the screen. Maybe, you know, professional YouTuber here. There we go. Now we have it like right in front of our face. Hopefully it's much louder, but I don't know. All right, so we need to Blood Soak, and we're going to run a potion that gives us armor, because if we look at our stat sheet under here, armor contribution is higher in PvP. So it's one of the best things we could do to get more survivability because we want to live, right? So this is one of my favorite places to just farm in general, just because of the PvP nature of it. The more people who are out here, the more monsters spawn, and there's groups of like 3 elites all over the place in this zone. Ooh, we got some action. That tells me people killed stuff. But there's just so many monsters, so really good EXP in general if we could farm those groups. And I've gotten most of my legendary drops in this zone. So right there, that was like 3 elites. This is how the build plays. So we're just, it's like really specialized in outdoor activities. You know, it's an outdoorsman. And yeah, we just go through, run through things, collect balls. And then if we find someone, we teleport on them. They get sucked in and stunned, and then they dead. They dead. And then when the blood tide comes up, we'll switch into that. Those monsters just spawned right on top of me. It's not allowed. Gotta watch out for those fire explosions. Just picking up the ancestral stuff here. Let me check one thing. That it is indeed public. Yep, it's public. Alright, good. Good, 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 good. There's also a boss that spawns much faster if there are actually people in the zone playing. He's marked with that skull thing on the map. This is about killing people. You get to steal their seeds of hatred, whatever they have. I don't know where the people are, though. Okay, a new event spawn there. I'd prefer to just spawn or farm these elites instead of doing the events. Oh, there's our first player that we're playing against. And he went down really quick. Almost cheating. The main things that we can't deal with are like Hoda barbs, and we can't really deal too well with druids either, because both of those classes can just go permanently unstoppable, just about, or like 80-90%. And a lot of our damage is coming from like multipliers if they're stunned or frozen or any of that good stuff. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Getting a lot of legendary drops as we go through here. Hopefully some uniques. Gotta collect them herbs because it's pretty pricey to craft good flasks later, so I'm farming them herbs while I do this stuff. I'll probably farm a bit here and then just go to the other zone because this zone seems like everyone's hiding or something. There's not a lot of PvP action in this PvP zone. Okay, let's cleanse these shards and see if we can get some action. Need to keep as many balls active, so if they jump on me, I could burst them. I dropped one at 76, and I dropped one chest at 82, and I dropped 3 more. 2 of them on level 98. I dropped 5 in total. I'm gonna have a video about that out coming soon. I just finished the thumbnail for it. Alright, we are purified. Let's go turn in our tree. Then we're gonna go hop in the other PvP zone where hopefully there's more action. Okay. Let's add that to the pile of stashes that I'm hoping they're going to buff these because they're pretty terrible right now. But I have all these caches just hopefully waiting for a patch. Let's put these back where they're supposed to be. Let's sort this gear really quick. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. It's close to what I need, so close. Nope. Nope. So much gear. Skills are set up. And then here's my Paragon boards. And then I'm using Exploit, Adept, Lane Feeder, Tactician, and Control. Got a remark for blood. People just cleansed and I missed it. Oh, there's a level 100 guy. Okay, there's a druid, which we can't kill these guys, basically. No, that's a Hodobarb. Just kidding. We usually can't kill these guys, should I say. Because they could just run away from us whenever they want. And they could just slam 1 or 2 times and kill us, unfortunately. Game is not balanced currently. But if we can catch them when we have tons and tons of these balls around, we can catch them off guard and kill them, basically. But if they just have unstoppable up, then we're in trouble. Yep. Okay. These are both guys. Like, I can't. These are the two classes I can't do anything with. Because they have constant unstoppable up. And then they just do ridiculous amounts of damage relative to the sorcerer. Unfortunately. So unless they severely misplay, like fall asleep at the wheel, there's almost no way that you can kill them. Which sucks. But a lot of people aren't playing them, so you don't run into them that often. But it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing where you can't do anything versus it. But I definitely think they need to rework the sorcerer balance. It's pretty funny because if you could just compare the druid and the sorcerer, the druid's like more multiplier, more multiplier, more multiplier, and the sorcerer's like, well, if you get this paragon point, you get 2 extra lucky hit. It's like, what? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Hopefully that balance patch will come out soon. Where'd that guy go? Anyways, it's really funny because they nerfed barrier, but fortify is kind of like better than barrier in every way, shape, or form. And then people just wear the temerity things, and they also get a better barrier than the sorcerer gets. Like, what? Makes no sense at all. No sense at all from a balance perspective, but that's okay. They will get there. They let the intern balance the sorcerer. That's my conspiracy theory. They're like, here you go, learn class balance. Intern's like sleeping on the job. We got a runner. Crap, I'm out of cooldowns. No! Okay, now I'm a runner. I ran out of my manas. Okay, let's get him back, and then if he chased me, we could just turn and jump on him. Yep, okay. Get on, girl! The other funny thing is, like, resists don't work. And then rogues and barbarians both get armor based on their base stat. Which is weird to begin with. But it's more effective in PvP. Like armor is than resist. So, very, very weird situation. Oh, well. That's a werewolf druid that I cannot kill. Unless I can find him in the open. Maybe he'll come after me over here, and I could catch him off guard. We gotta play dirty, or we stand no chance of killing that guy. Okay, when does the Helltide come up? Let me check that. Starts in 15 minutes. Is this a necro? Oh, there's like 3 people here. Yikes. Yep. Do you see? That's the Hodabarb. See? Does that make sense to you guys? They literally do 63 million crit. So it doesn't matter. They just one-tap you. Doesn't matter what you do. And they're unstoppable, so you can't ever CC them too. So that's the state of the balance in the game, unfortunately. It's kind of just dumb, right? We're gonna kill his friend just to piss him off. Oh, I killed him. Okay, he misplayed there. Basically, I just went immune and caught him off guard. So, revenge. But now it means he's going to be coming after me the whole time, so I'm kind of screwed. Because if he's not sleeping, he's just going to one-shot me, right? Ooh, we got a unique. Nice. Another Raymond. This is number 6. Number 6. There you go. That's how you get the chest. You farm this zone. I've gotten so many uniques from here. Let's try to cleanse. Sure, they're coming. Where are they at? Okay. Apparently they didn't. I don't know what that guy thought he was going to do. Poor. I'm picking on people now. Poor people. I feel bad for that guy. He was just going for a straw on his horse. Flag? Hello? Okay, the boss is up, and someone also is purifying. Oh my god. Okay, that was stupid of me. He already had all of his damage out, and I just jumped in there. Okay, then. Werewolves are basically better versions of my current build. What is this guy doing? Why? What? Why are you doing this, buddy? Oh, he's... Okay. Good one. That werewolf build is just like a better version of the build. Kind of weird. Just pretty much in every way, shape, and form, the tornado werewolf build is a better version. Look, because he has fortify, can I move his health with all this crap? Nope. But can he move my health? Yep. And he could just permanently vulnerability me. Oh, and I'm lagged out. Nice. You know? So. And the tornadoes even seek me out, right? It's kind of stupid. See? Fortify plus the crit thing. Tornadoes are just going to hunt me down. Hey, boss is up again. Look, it just even lags me out. Do you see that? Like, it's so stupid. It hits so many times that it just lags you out. I don't even know what the solution for that one is. It's just like ridiculously unbalanced. It's like lagging like crazy in this zone now. Between my thing and the tornadoes and stuff. How often they hit. Is there a guy above me spamming look? What's going on here? What was that? What builds are you guys playing? And how are you enjoying Diablo 4 so far? And what are your thoughts? Mine's like, they clearly don't know how, haven't played any endgame. or they saved it for season 1 for this massive hype thing. That's my thoughts on it. It's just kind of weird that there's no higher tier. It's almost like it's missing a whole tier of items. But honestly, I was expecting it to be a lot less polished than it is, so... I've been enjoying the base combat of the game in general. So I think it's a pretty good game. I've played it way more than I should have, so... Pretty good game from where I'm sitting. And it'll only get better as they patch it, so... Pretty confident it'll be really, really good in a period of time. They also seem to be listening to feedback, so that's always good. Some games just don't listen to feedback at all. Druids. I can't beat druids because they're permanently can't be CC'd. Look, he could just run and run and run. Probably even kill me, and he's 17 levels behind me. With this. Fortify is bullshit. Okay, got him. He purified already, though, so didn't even kill him in time. You get, like, massive bonuses for being over-leveled, too. So it's, like, really sad that if it was a Tornado Druid, I would lose the 1v1 with them having, like, 20 levels on me. And there's not a darn thing I could do about it. One minute till Hell Tides. Okay, this guy's just standing there. Come back. Hey, I bet he regrets that decision. Yikes. Yeah, it's just so weird. You know, for my thing, I think my build's pretty, like, busted relative to other things, or at least if I, like, can outplay people. But there's just absolutely nothing I could do versus the Tornado Druids or the Hood of Arms. Like, no amount of good play is gonna fix that. When they can one-tap you and are perma immune to CC. But, like, yesterday, I had a rogue that I went back and forth with quite a bit. Like, the ICE SHARDS SORCER, I go back and forth with those quite a bit. So it's like a battle where it is entirely dependent on cooldowns. We either do good, or we do bad, or we do... Like, if we misuse cooldowns, it could go either way. If we're playing perfect, it's like a back and forth battle. Same with the rogues, it's kind of like that, where they can get out of things. Necro doesn't seem like they have a chance, because I can just permanently CC them. And then the opposite is the Druids and the Hoda. They cannot be CC'd, cannot be slowed, anything. And they just do abysmal damage relative to just everyone else. Alright, the Helltide should be up. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport to that. Maybe if the game will allow it. Where did I get my enchantment for Ball Lightning? It's a random drop. Just farming random things. It might have to only drop in like tier 3 or tier 4. But you can use... I basically did a ton of gambling too to get it, but I've got it to drop several times. So just gamble on gloves that are like cheap, because gloves, rings, weapons can all spawn it. Good to see me live. Well, you know, it's good to be live and alive. Never getting upgrades. We just got this to drop. Another one of those. So I got 2 to drop on level 98 and 1 on 99. What? What's going on here? Okay, I need to use the restroom, and then we will grind out this Helltide really quick. And then do some nightmare dungeons. Probably to finish the level. Be right back. 1 second. All right. Move the mic back. And let's eat a potion. We'll eat attack speed. Okay, looking up on hellties.com where the events are. There's one to the south of us there. So we're going to go to that. Got him. Okay, let's go to the next event. By the way, if any of you guys in chat are in difficulty 4 and want to leech, I do not mind carrying some people. I'm just screwing around, don't care about efficiency. So I'll invite you, and you can come follow me around and collect the loots. But you gotta be on the highest difficulty. I'm a little bit worried about my computer because it's starting to like freeze up a little bit. There's something with the game, like a memory leak or something, or the amount of calculations that this build is doing that's caused my computer to like blue screen several times. So if I randomly stop the stream, that's what happens. Also why I haven't streamed very much. Well, one of the reasons, that plus been working, so. Almost got our first chest. Okay, let's head up and get our first chest. And get blocked by skeletons and ganked. Alright. $2 million to go. Let's go, baby. It's probably one of the best builds for like open world. I haven't really tried to push the dungeons because there's no point in it in your melee. But it's a lot of fun to play because you're just kind of zipping around, teleporting. So it depends what you want to do. Unfortunately, like, you don't want to be melee if you want to push the really high tier dungeons. And Sorcerer is kind of a bit like not as good of a class as some of the other ones. But they're going to be doing patches or a patch soon, any day now. And hopefully we'll get some buffs. But right now resists are bugged, so they're not as effective as they're supposed to be. And armor is king. And fortify is really, really strong. So like druid is kind of, the druid tornado build is kind of better than this, a better version of this build almost, in every way, shape, and form, unfortunately. Like, the druid gets so much utility. They get poisons on crit while they're in werewolf form, which basically is what we get from using one of our 2 enhancement slots. So that's kind of ridiculous on itself. So, I mean, enhancements are like really good, but it's almost like we need 3 or 4 of them slot-wise. So it's really weird. Then our paragons, our legendary paragons are just trash relative to the druid ones. And then we kind of have to play Frost Nova because we have no other really good way to get vulnerability. Or the tornado one is constant. And then that one hits often. And then when it hits, if you have one of the skills up, you get like infinite crit multi, which is really wild. So it's Source needs a little more for sure. I swapped at 63. You need the orbiting thing, and you kind of need some cooldown, and you need some resource cost reduction. So you need like resource cost reduction probably on boots, on an ancestral piece, resource cost reduction on your amulet and on your offhand, and then you want cooldown reduction on your offhand, helm, and on your amulet. So that after you have those things and a decent amount of crit, then you kind of can swap to it. But outside of that, you're not going to have as much mana. I mean, it's still better than Arc Lash. You kind of play like, I played a like pseudo Arc Lash weaved in with it and just dropped it, and it worked out fine. So I've been playing it since 63. I didn't get my chest piece that sucks in to like 70, actually 82, I think. So like I played it for a while without the suck in, and it was still fine. But until you have that, like you're gonna have a better time on ice shards for sure. What I played up into it, I played like an Arc Lash thing with Hydra, and then I dropped Hydra, changed my spec kind of, and did what I had to do. A lot of the damage comes from the enchantment on the Ball Lightning, because it makes a static one that just sits on people. See this right here? And that does like a ton of damage relative to it, because it'll just continuously hit on bigger targets. In order to get that, you need to lucky hit, you need attack speed, and you need to be getting crits as well. So it doesn't perform as well until you can kind of reliably proc that. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with ice shard. It's like you machine gun one thing, and it kind of gets boring. That's what I found too. But this one's fun because there's positioning, and you got to like be picking up these orbs to get your mana back. It's a lot of positioning thing, which I find more fun, but they're definitely going to have to rebalance certain things, because you should be rewarded more so for it, and some of the tankiness isn't there. I mean, it's still a good build. It still could do most of the reasonable content that you'd want to do. The game's just kind of in a weird state too, where I don't feel like there's much of a point in doing higher than like tier 46, 48 of the nightmare dungeons, and I can do 56 fine. But it's just like there's no point in pushing other than bragging rights. And clearly they didn't balance the sorcerer to have enough as many defenses as like the barb and stuff, because fortify is really good. They run the temerity, and then they're able to get both barrier and fortify, which is just BS. And then resists are bugged, and almost all the other classes except for necro have more access to armor, which isn't bugged. Yeah, the crackling lightning for the cooldown. Yeah, that's the other nice part about it. And I'm going to be switching from my unique boots into boots with more teleport so that my teleport will go down to like 5.3. And then if I hit 3 targets, it'll be down to 2.3. And then the crackling energy pulses like 1 or 2 times. And then I have another teleport up. So I'll almost have infinite teleport, which is really cool. Okay, looks like we gotta clean out our inventory again. I'm currently leveling the Druid, which seems, because basically the Tornado one is, Tornado Druid is basically very similar to this, except for they auto-seek targets, and it just does more damage, and it has more survivability. So I'm working on that, but that requires unique helmet that I cannot get to drop. So right now it's kind of slow and clunky with the other build that I'm playing, which is the Slam build. Or the, what's called Pulverize. It's not bad, but it's not as fun to play as this build at all. But we have no idea, like, the balance changes, I thought they were going to come out already, but they should be out, like, any day. And so who knows what the meta will look like, right? Like, it's possible that this gets massively buffed or nerfed. Hopefully not, because I don't think it's that busted relative to, like, the tornado stuff. Hoping for some buffs, but it sounded like they were going to put some stuff in to make it easier for you to sustain mana or something. So if they put that in, then it's going to be wild, because I pretty much have infinite mana already, and I'm not even using the boots to get mana reduction. But my plan's going to be, when I get to that point, I'm going to put Blizzard, I think, into the build, because I'm wearing the amulet that when I cast above 100 mana, at or above 100 mana, I get guaranteed crit. So I'd have a Blizzard with continual guaranteed crit that lasts 12 seconds to help me proc all my stuff, and also just chill enemies. Which will help me stagger bosses faster, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's kind of the game plan of where I'm going to go with it, I think. Yeah, it's pretty close. I'm gonna do a build guide even if I can't get the pieces. Right now I'm like, I have some of the pieces, but I need to reroll on the Enchantress. And so basically it's getting ridiculous, right? Some of them are like 10 million a roll. So I gotta just abandon the piece and start over. And I'm just not getting lucky finding the pieces I need. So what I probably will do is just equip what I do have and then just explain the rolls that you want. Because I'm not going to grind another 4,000 hours after I'm already max level for it. I'd rather just play my druid and level that and check that out. Okay, let's see here. Where is the other thing? It should be right there. I didn't use any gimmicks to level this guy at all. I just did it legit, like playing the game, no reset things, no crazy stuff, right? So it's just so much playtime. I'm ready to play something else, right? Or check things out. I probably will test out like Chain Lightning as well. I might try to make some goofy builds, like make Fireball work after they patch, if they buffed it. Just some fun stuff, like alternate things to build around with gear pieces that I've selected, just because it's kind of lame if only Ice Shards is viable, right? Or that's all that people are playing. You kind of have like one option. I mean, the game's about having fun more so than it is like grinding to whatever thing, playing the best build. I understand some people feel good about playing the best build or something, but I want alternatives out there, right? Because it's supposed to be about having fun and what's fun to play. And I'm not really, I don't know. I just don't like Ice Shards. I don't find it that fun. Also, the same reason why I didn't roll the Rogue. Because that's essentially the ranged gameplay. Kind of very similar to the Ice Shards. And I did not like it. Somehow this has held my attention all the way since 63. I had to be careful. These mobs are overtuned. I can't read waves. I can't. Hold up 1 second. These wraiths. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Overtime leveling. What is the best way you think to level? So my favorite zone is the PvP zone. I've gotten so many uniques and stuff from there, but what seems to be best is going into dungeons, resetting them repeatedly, and then making everyone clear different directions because you get all the EXP, and then just don't even do nightmare dungeons at all. That's the best way to get EXP. That or an infinite glitch thing that people might get banned for. So I haven't covered that. But my favorite is either just doing these Hell Tides, which seems to be really good EXP, then playing in the PvP zones, which is a nice mix of action from PvP and killing tons and tons and tons of elites, which seem to give lots of uniques without as much running around as inside a dungeon. Plus, this build excels at open world, so you just get to like jump pack to pack to pack. And if you catch someone off guard, they instantly die. Uh-oh, I'm freezing like crazy. Rip computer. Yikes. You're running the same build at 82? Nice. Yeah, it's a really fun build for sure. The Lightning Channel Druid? Okay, I haven't tried that one. Do you need the tornado? Do you need the werewolf helm thing for that one to work or no? Because I'm getting kind of sick of pulverize on my druid. Uh-oh. We're big time freezing. Big time. Maybe the servers are going to crap. Maybe it's my computer. My computer right now sounds like a spaceship taking off for launch. The fans are maxing. Not a good sign. We're probably on track for a blue screen of death here. Suddenly ending the stream. Or the stream. Hopefully not, though. But look how much EXP I'm getting, like, in the zone, just doing these Hell Tides. If you ever get the, there's, like, Legion events. If you get those in a Hell Tide, they give so much EXP. So you should always do those, especially in the Hell Tide. Alright, let's dump our inventory again. Druid makes me jealous with all of its crazy scaling stuff relative to Sorcerer. My conspiracy theory is they let an intern balance the Sorcerer. So I was like, yeah, let the intern do it. Oops, I just walked out of the zone for that. Flag! Okay, I opened that chest already. Should be one up here. I think we're just going to level off this Hell Tide, actually. Seems to be really good EXP, just Hell Tides in general. If you're bouncing around to the events, especially. Maybe I should have turned off cross play or something. It is a busy day, right? It's Saturday, so I don't want to go through the town. We'll go this way. Flag. Uh-oh. That was a big freeze. Not good at all. Okay. 200,000 to go. Probably like, what, 3 events? Hey, we did it! Okay, well, you apparently get 200,000 from a single event or more. Right, I'm gonna have to mess with my Paragon some more. For my last couple, I just grabbed int, basically. Extra int. But I gotta figure out where to put it. And this bear is gonna kill me. No! Trying to go to town. We did it! We got to 100! Yeah, Helltides are good EXP it seems, especially with those events, right? That was like 220k. What a dungeon's like 800k. So if you just jump to those events, it seems faster than a dungeon, unless you're playing in a group and splitting. Okay, let's what do I got? 4 million. It's enough for like one roll on an item. Okay, let's roll our boots exactly one more time. If I have enough. So depressing, the amount of rolls. Here, we're trying to get teleport, ranks of teleport instead of dodge jump on these boots. Where is it? Here we go. Are we gonna get it? Flame shield. Rip. And no more gold. So close. Feels bad, man. Always out of gold, never lucky. Never lucky. What's this? Okay, we don't need that ring. So that was my 6th raiment that I found. So I found them at 76, 82, 92, 98, 98, 99. So I found 2 yesterday and 1 today. The 3 of these suckers. I'm gonna have a video on where I found each one with kind of like the story behind it. That's gonna come out soon. So I basically need to go record a bunch of videos because I have several thumbnails ready and I just gotta comment on things. And then I also gotta do the updated build guide for this, explaining the stuff that I switched on it. So yeah. Quick question, why does your ball lightning move around you? Mine goes straight forward. Glad you asked that. That's the most common question here. This. Ball lightning orbits you, but its damage is decreased. This is a drop-only thing that you need to find. I don't know if it only exists on tier 3 or higher or not. But it can be on gloves, rings, amulet, main hand, offhand. So gamble for a bunch of focuses or gloves or something, and you'll eventually get one. Or you'll get it from drop. I've gotten like 80 of them to drop, so you should eventually find one. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't get that one from auto. From the dungeons. We did it! Level 100, let's go! By the way, like after like level 82, I think it is, you start getting like pretty high amounts of life per level, like 300, 400 per level. So you can see I don't think I have any life on any of my pieces of gear. Just from the like 4% max life things here and a little bit of max life on it, I'm at 10,684. You just get so much life, basically. Yep, yep. What level did you get raiment? I am level 75 and I haven't received the drop. Yeah, well, that's how the game works. My first one I got at 72 or 76 or something, and then it was crappy, so I didn't use it. I started using it at 82. I've gotten 6 of them to drop. But I'll be covering that in a video of like what you could do for uniques. But just to spoil it, most of them have dropped in this zone right here, the PvP zone. I've gotten 3 of the drops in this PvP zone, basically. And I seem to get most, like 55% of my uniques came from the zone, just from killing the monsters, because there's packs of 3 elites all over the place. So it seems like elites are the best way to get uniques to drop. And yeah, so killing lots and lots and lots of them in an area like this seems to be the best way. Or if you can do some sort of glitch to spawn them. But anyways, I'll have a video on that talks also about monster families and stuff. Is one of the videos that I'll be making next. So I gotta go now record several of these videos while I have time on the weekend. It's gonna be back to work on Monday. So any other questions before I head out here? Because my PC sounds like a spaceship and I think I need to rest it and let it cool off. Plus I've been lagging a lot. And by the way, I haven't gotten lucky on my druid yet, so I haven't found the thing. Okay, one last question. Go nuts. The game has horrible balancing. I'm glad I didn't buy it. Yeah, well, okay. They'll fix it eventually. It's still fun to play. I mean, you pay what, like $20 to go to the movies for one person? If you go on a date, it's like $40, so like $70 if you're gonna just play through the campaign, which is gonna take you like 70 hours. You get $1. You're paying $1 per hour to play through the campaign. The campaign, regardless of balance, is just pretty fun. Then the leveling experience from like 65 to 82 is pretty good, but it definitely is lacking balance in the late game, and it's also lacking almost like a tier at the end. But I'm sure it'll get there. I don't know. I've been having fun with the game. Does attack power for Source matter as much as for Rogue? I mean, no. I mean, it gets multiplied by other things. You want as much of it as possible, and you want your base stat high. So you want to focus on getting high tier weapons, your base stat, vulnerability, critical strike chance, critical strike damage. If you have a critical strike with X of what you're using, that's always good. And then attack speed's another more multiplier. All the other increases are like additive multipliers, so they get added together and then multiplied. But what you'll find out is your Paragon board gives crap tons of it, especially like your glyphs give so much, but like some of these nodes, like this one, gives 28 core skill damage. So when there's like 40 on the piece, 50 on the piece, that's nothing, because as you get the Paragon, you're going to just get so much increased damage. That increased damage is pretty worthless to grab on gear if you can help it. You want those more multipliers. Well, attack power doesn't matter because a lot of the things for the Sorcerer, I mean, Sorcerer's damage mostly comes from damage while they're CC'd, especially like the amulet. Each of them applies for, it's like a triple more multiplier. I think it's bugged, but it applies more multiplier if they are immobilized, stunned, and frozen. So like all 3. That's why when they get staggered, it does insane damage on like the bosses. And a lot of the scaling from Sorcerer comes when they're CC. So if you don't have a good source of CC, which when you get the raiment chest piece and you can stun them all the time, then you'll do more damage. But the problem with the Sorcerer because it does poor damage outside of the CC stagger stuff relative to other classes. And that's really bad when you go into PvP, because Druid and Barb have like can't be CC'd pretty much permanently up. So you can't do any bonus damage to them, and then that's why they're better in PvP. So kind of crazy balance. And they also get Fortify, which is just a better barrier. And both of them usually run the Temerity, which gives a % life barrier. So they get a bigger barrier than you do on the Sorcerer. They have Fortify, and they do more damage, and it's not relying on CC. So that's why like Druid is just hands down way better than Sorc right now. And Sorc is kind of struggling. And how are they going to fix it? I have no idea. You're going to have to buff the living crap out of barrier, probably nerf the Temerity, and then rework the Paragon board for Sorc, maybe give them another enhancement slot, and then fix the resist issue. How are you getting so much mana regen back? Okay, we'll go over that. Go over that really quick. So I'm getting mana back. So step 1 is always use less mana. So first of all, we're investing in mana cost reduction. So the amulet can get up to 23.7. My amulet, I cannot get it to roll higher than this. It's like 20 million per roll, and I cannot find a better amulet. But basically, you want an amulet that has mana cost reduction and cooldown reduction are the two most important stats. So you have 23 there. Your offhand can have up to 10. See, I have this crappy roll that's 7.1. And then you can also get boots that can get up to 10.3. So I'm trying to switch into boots. Basically, I want a pair of boots like this, but with a better mana cost roll. So I have this one. So this does 10.3. So when you add this together, I think there might be a diminishing return. Not sure because I haven't hit that. That's 23.7. Then we're going to add our 10.3. So that means we're at 34. And then we add this. So we're at 44 or 43.3, which is going to reduce this all the way down to like, oh, I don't know, 29 mana cost. So we've already shaved off 21 mana from our Ball Lightning just by doing that. Then I have this Paragon ability here that stunning close enemies restores 10 mana. So we have a couple sources of stunning close enemies. One of them is from Lightning Spear. I'm grabbing this. That makes it continuously crit, and that's going to stun close enemies. Then we have a stun on Arc Lash. But more importantly, when you get this unique, your teleport sucks things in and becomes a stun. So whenever I'm teleporting on groups, it's sucking them in, stunning them, which is giving me mana back. Then I also invested in the Crackling Energy pickup. And so for the Crackling Energy pickup, when we absorb Crackling Energy, we gain 12 mana. So if you watched me play at all, I was running through Crackling Energy to pick this up. And we get, if we hit 4 times by Ball Lightning, we get a Crackling Energy. And then this, unlucky crit strikes, we get Crackling Energy. So we have just a ton of Crackling Energy. Then we have our base mana regen, which scales by our willpower. And then we grabbed resource generation on both of our rings. And that seems to multiply and with the willpower as well with these other things that I just stated. And then one final thing that we have on my gloves, I have 5% chance on lucky hit to get 13.5% primary resource. And on my offhand, I have 5% to get 19.5. So you add those together, and I'm getting something like 70 mana back whenever this procs. So between all those things, you end up getting a crap ton of mana. Once I get better resource cost reduction and I replace my helm with a 27 mana, I'll be at 77 mana. And then I'll be able to basically infinitely sustain Ball Lightning. And then I could drop the Arc Lash for something else. That's like all the little components that I've working together to get my mana to go keep topping off over and over and over and over. But I'm missing those two pieces with better rolls of resource cost reduction. Even though I'm level 100 and I've been looking for them the whole time, I never found it, which really sucks. So it's kind of hard. It's RNG. The game is what it is there. So, yep. All right, so I'm going to go work on the other videos that I want to put out on the channel now. Thank you all for stopping by the stream. Hope you had fun. Hope you liked to see it in action. And I'll have an updated build guide soon that explains everything to play it effectively and kind of lessons learned with the build as I played through. I started at 63 and I played at 63 all the way to 100. So thank you for stopping by, and see you guys hopefully in future videos. Bye.